beautiful people. I hope all is well with each of you. It's your girl, Shoni, and I'm back with another episode of the Beauty and Soul podcast. Let's start with our quote. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And that's by Jeff Bezos. Okay, family, today we have another beautiful guest. Genecia Alluora is a former Miss Singapore and Southeast Asia Woman of Excellence 2010. She is the founder of Soul Rich Woman, the #1 female entrepreneur network in Southeast Asia that connects more than 200,000 women across the region, with presence in 7 countries, including Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Welcome to the Beauty and Soul podcast.
Thank you for having me on your show, Shona.
No problem. No problem. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig right into it. I was reading your bio and I was just so impressed with you. You know, you talked about how you worked your way up, paid your way through school and you made things happen for yourself. I can relate so much to that. I love a hardworking woman. Yeah, so tell me what instilled that? Who instilled that type of drive in you at such a young age for you want to, create a life for yourself?
I think it's not about who instilled that in me, but rather it was through my own learning and my own experiences. I mean, I was constantly bullied in school since I was 14 years old because I had to support myself through school and I didn't have a lot of money. So my bags, my mobile phone, my shoes or socks or even my bras had to be constantly similar, right? Mm-hmm. And there were times where, these mean girls came up to me in school, cornered me while I was playing basketball, pulled open my shirt and looked at my bra and said, "Oh, you're wearing the same bra?" And consistently, I was the target of bullying, right? Some of them took my bags that was quite old looking compared to their fancy, pretty bags, and they threw it across the classroom floor.
Wow.
I felt humiliated. I felt like I was going to commit suicide. I was going to go and die. But it was really, learning and knowing that my mother was there for me consistently throughout my years, even though we were not financially very well to do, but spiritually and emotionally, my mom was there. So that became my strength, my support, and I learned resilience through all these shitty seasons of my life. Mm-hmm. And then with these experiences, I picked myself up and asked myself this question: what is my big why? So my family is bigger than all the other things that's happening right now. So my why is bigger than my how. And that's how I progressed as a person.
Wow. I love that. I really, really love that. It's just so unfortunate how certain people can just cause us to, feel less than we should. I hate that for children, but sometimes our best stories come from that. So kudos for you for choosing a life that is best for you despite what people were trying to make you do, which was don't believe that you could make it, and look at you now, fabulous. But I want to go ahead and ask you, so who are 3 people you would feel like you've been influenced the most by in your journey?
Three people.
Yeah.
First one will be my mother. And then second person will be my mentor, James Wee. And then the third person will be, I would say, one person, third person, let me see. Louise Hay. I think Louise Hay's books started to teach me about personal development. That was my first point of contact. And I learned about self-love. Of course, my mother taught me how, but I didn't have any framework or any understanding of the bigger picture and stuff like that. So that enhanced it. And then my mentor, James, we has a very big influence in my business over the last 10 years. We've been business partners through the cafe retail chain and many other businesses. And I think that, sometimes being a woman, we balance it out with a men's perspective. I'm not really a feminist. I believe in helping women to own the F word. Women can have it all, being fabulous, having freedom and financial independence. However, I also believe that we women can have a balanced viewpoint. So James has given me a balanced viewpoint on how men are or can be, and and also being able to look into my business and scale it to Southeast Asia and then globally.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I like how you talked about it's okay to balance that masculine and that feminine power. We do need each other, essentially. We are supposed to have each other. And I think that's really important for us to remember, especially right now, like in the Me Too movement, and it's so pro female, which is great, which is fantastic. But I don't want men to feel like we don't need them, or I don't want women to feel like I don't need a man, because honestly, we do need each other, period. We need each other. Each person has a different power that can help the other. So I think that's awesome. That's really great. And I really think it's great that you also mentioned your mom too. I had a feeling you were going to say that when you were telling me the first story. I was like, she's going to say her mom is one of her most influential people. And I think that's really special. So tell me, how does your mom feel about your success? Like, what has she told you about your success? What has she said?
My mom is like the Indian chief in the community, like when she's like the pillar of strength and support for many of the other women within the community as well. So, there was one incident that, I needed support to bring people to a event. And I said, Mom, I really need help. I said, this is urgent, I need them by, I said the event was tomorrow or something. I can't remember, but it was something like that. And she asked me, how many buses do I need? So one bus can sit about 40 people. So she asked me how many buses, but not how many people do we need, right, to fill up the event. So I said, it's okay, whatever the number of people you can bring, I'll pay for the buses, you just bring the people. And on the day of the event, 3 buses show up. So wow. Each bus, 40 people, times 320 packs. So how can you activate people in such a short time? Only if you're a leader, right? Yes. Only if you are someone who commands respect and who has contributed within the society. So I saw that within her, and that's why I want to leave a legacy and do a legacy business, which is Soul Rich Woman. And up to today, my mom, she's always very proud of me, and she always say that, I'm very independent. Always don't tell her a lot of things sometimes, because I don't want her to worry, because sometimes, certain things like our businesses going up and down throughout the years, emotionally, she's there to support, but sometimes for business side, she may not fully understand, although she does still say out like, yes, I still support you. And I think that really kind of give me that peace, like, that there's peace in your heart, that your mom is always with you no matter where you are. My mom's still alive and well, and she's doing great. It's just that, I love to share the passion of her with my spirit as well, so that when powers combine, we can really, translate that into actionable steps that we can really do with the women out there.
Yes, that's awesome. I love that. So what inspired you to create Soul Rich Woman?
Okay, so because I wanted to solve a problem in the Southeast Asia, because I was trying to go online back in 2011, 2012. I found it really hard and was difficult to find mentors, resources all in one place. I had to piecemeal things together. I invested in myself, spent hundreds and thousands of dollars to, go for masterminds, go for different online courses and stuff like that. But I find it interesting because culturally that need to be tweaked because of the context that we are in. And then also because I'm only serving women, we are only serving women as soul-rich women. And that really, the lingo as women, our lingo is different. Our thought process is different. Like, for example, not too many technical jargons, and it being in Southeast Asia, our English could and could not be the first language, So
Right.
so some a lot of the women, English is the second language. So you need to understand culturally, let's say in Vietnam versus Philippines versus Malaysia versus Thailand versus Myanmar and Cambodia, how are they using their English? Because we do appeal to English speaking people. However, the way they grow as well, and the economy also affects the way we grow soul-rich women. So anyway, to solve all these problems, we wanted women to have it all. Number one, we want women to own the F word, being fabulous, having freedom and financial independence. Number two, solving the problems of mentorship and being able to assess, bite-sized or implementable strategies within one location, who understands the culture that Asian women can actually pick up and really move into it. Because between Malaysia and Vietnam is two different groups of people. Like in Vietnam, Hanoi, when we first went to Hanoi in Vietnam, we fall flat on our face. We failed because the women there are not really talking about fully entrepreneurship. They are talking about more side hustle, because culturally it's a stigma to do entrepreneurship. Stigma. So it's, if you do full-time entrepreneurship, you're seen as not filial to your parents, because your duty as a woman is to give birth and have kids and just find a job or support your husband. So that in itself, when we are there, we had to tweak with our local partners the messaging to reach out to them. Hey, side hustle, do 2 to 4 hours a day or 2 to 4 hours a week, and still be able to start a business online or bring a business online, right? And then for Malaysia, it's only 1 out of 5 companies in Malaysia are owned by women. So we want to help these women to, break out of their cultural, mindset, and give them the tools to equip them. Like in Philippines, they are fertile for female entrepreneurship. Fertile, okay? But they all sell pretty much the same things on the same platform, on those marketplace platforms. So it becomes really crowded and noisy with 1,000 retailers selling the exactly same thing. Then it will be more focusing on branding, and of course, leveraging on their differentiation. So we look into all these different pieces in Soul-Rich Women, and we have started recently a beta program, which is a podcast initiative to help Asian women kickstart their podcast within 48 hours and launch at least 5 episodes onto at least up to 20 platforms. So it's something that we want to help women to kickstart, minus all the tech, minus all the fluff, minus all the technobabble, the jargons that's out there, and really make it simple. Because we women, imagine us on the racetrack. Men has sometimes nothing in front of them. It's just a stress and their friends, right? But for women, imagine us on the racing track. We are going on a 400 meters run, but we have a washing machine in front of us. We have to hang our clothes, like 4 kids in front of us, and then, many other things, the chores, the household work that is all in front of us before we could even live our dreams. So our mission is Soul-Rich Women, therefore, that women can have it all, that we can own the F word, regardless of the situation you're in, and to encourage women to say that, there's a sisterhood out here to support you. And essentially, we are an online community to help women to go from offline to online, to get clients online, to get recognition in their brand, at the personal brand or business brand online.
Awesome. I love that. That's amazing. That's awesome. 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 You saw a need in your community and you decided to fix that. And I really think that's amazing. I can tell you're very passionate about it too, which I think is awesome. Because to have a movement such as yours, you have to be passionate about it, because a lot of people won't understand right away. A lot of people are like, what are you doing? This makes no sense. How are you going to make money? So you have to have a deep knowing regarding why you're doing this, and that goes back to knowing your why. So tell me, when it comes to it comes to like your personal brand. Okay, so you created Soul Rich Woman. I'm sure you had to make sure that your personal brand was also a brand that people would want to get to know. So what are some tips that you could share, to a mom who is washing clothes and is taking care of 4 kids? How would you tell her, like, this is how you can start working on your personal brand?
Wow. I mean, you have to first have your passion. Okay. Passion is very important because people can feel it through the bones and feel it through social media. Yeah. So identifying your passion and then sharing that passion online consistently, I think is one of the ways to establish a certain personal brand. It may not be a complete picture of who you are. That's why you need to find a mentor or a coach to guide you on how to really establish that personal branding space, because you could have worn multiple hats. Like, for example, if you are a stay-at-home mom for 10 years and you like to start a business online. So I've got this lady, she's been a stay-at-home mom 10 years, and then she wanted to do a health business because she's very good at helping women or men lose weight. But her passion was actually in cooking. It was not really about the health thing, because in her mind, she thought that, okay, I need to make money, or because I need to do something. So she just found something that she thought that she was quite good at to do it, to make money. But her real passion was in cooking. And I translated that, me as her mentor, translated that into an online business. So imagine those ladies who are in markets, they sell like on those markets, wet markets, where you have to lay a mat on the floor, and then you have to sell, chili. Yeah. Chili is the one. Yeah, she laid the chili on the floor, and then you just wait for people to walk by to buy your chili, for example. Mm-hmm. But that's not what we want. We want to translate businesses like this to online. So we managed to. She has a secret recipe that's handed down from her grandmother to her mother to her. So she has this blended fresh kind of chili paste that she do, that you can use it to cook 10 different dishes. So we discovered this talent within her and this secret recipe plus a passion. She was able to go online, and within 2 months, by taking pre-orders consistently before even making the paste and deliver it to customers, she was able to make 4 figures in 2 months, including building a new personal brand that, 10 years stay-at-home mom who could have never imagined doing that.
Right. And I'm sure, by creating a business that's online, it still allowed her to have time with her family, which is a concern for moms, making sure you're still available for your family. So that's amazing. That's awesome. I'm so excited for her. Now I'm like,
she made it she made it in 2 months, I mean, like, wow. A lot of people that don't believe, they thought that they have lost themselves. I can agree. Some women do lose themselves, their confidence and their dreams. And that's why we believe in the F word. This stay-at-home mom joined Soul Rich Woman not because she wanted financial independence. Their family had the money. I mean, like, the husband was good. The kids are good, She wanted fulfillment. She wanted to be fabulous. So she joined because of the fabulous word. And that's how she got started, right? So when you believe that you can own the F word, that's when anything is possible for you.
Yes. I love that. So tell me, what have you read or listened to recently that's made you feel fabulous?
Well, I love Kim Kiyosaki. Recently, I spoke on the same stage as Kim Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Rich Woman. Mm-hmm. So the books I've read recently was, of course, Rich Woman, as well as Rising Tide. Okay, so these are the 2 books I highly recommend. It really helped me see that even as a lady at her age now, the generation, her nuggets of wisdom is so still current, like financial education, financial well-being and confidence, and knowing that we women should rise up and manage our own finances well. I think that is very inspiring as well.
Yes, I agree with that completely. I agree with that completely. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I put those books in the show notes as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into my second favorite part of the show. Okay, I have three words for you, and I want you to give me the first word that comes to mind when you hear it. Okay, so the first word is life.
Life,
Mhm.
happiness,
I love it. Okay, and love.
joy,
I love it. And business.
partnerships.
Awesome. Awesome. Because it really is about your partnerships. That's so true. That is so, so true. Wow. Well, I enjoyed this conversation with you. Where can our listeners connect with you online?
Well, you can connect with me at Genecia, Genecia Alluora, Alluora. So Genecia Alluora. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram by the same handle. And then you can also get 2 downloads from me. First is a free download on the 7 steps to your personal branding secrets. Go get that download. It's on the website. The other one is how do you delegate 80% of your to-do list to your assistant so that you can focus on your zone of genius. So these downloadables are at soulrichwoman.com, SOULRICHWOMAN.com. And if you'd like to be a part of our podcast initiative and movement to support Asian women going online and using their voice to do marketing like what Shauna is doing, do visit AsianWomenPodcast.com.
I love that. And I love that initiative too. So I'll make sure I'll put all of that information in the show notes because honestly, we're at a space now where there's no excuse. If you have a message and you have a mission, you can go ahead and put it out there, period.
Yeah, you go, girl.
Yes. Well, Genecia, I had so much fun talking to you. I hope you can come to New York sometime.
Yeah, I would love to. In fact, I was thinking I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee, early next year.
Awesome.
Yeah, so maybe I will drop by New York sometime.
I know some people in Nashville. Yeah, definitely. So we have to stay connected so we can meet up for sure.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Until next time.